Mr. Ford set the example, the model of excellence that the rest of us can only aspire to attain.
Arch Force was steadfast, determined, fearless, dedicated to creating opportunities primarily for school children.
He loved education. He was the first in his family to get a college degree. He thought everyone should have a chance at education. And money meant nothing to him as it compared to education.
Over the years, as I've grown up in the educational profession and really became a student of his work, and I understand what it means when he talked about more access for all kids, quality education for every child. And that has been a foundation from my perspective for all of the educators of our state who've been privileged to look back and to see the great contributions that he made throughout his professional life.
Commissioner Ford was a visionary, and he saw where the deficiencies were and what we needed to do to correct them. Just as he was a visionary in establishing the Arkansas Economic Education Council, which is today Economics Arkansas.
Well, I came back home after my sophomore year at the University of Arkansas, and I'd taken some economic courses, and I told Dad that I'd taken these courses in economics and I enjoyed them, and it's the way we operate in this country. It's based on economics, and why didn't we do something like that in high school? Why did I have to be in college before I ever had anything like that? And he thought about that and never said much, and talked to Bessie Moore, and Bessie Moore put economic education in Arkansas. And now we've got, I think, probably the best state economic system in the public schools of any state in the country.
The greatest educational aid you can have to prospering in life is to understand economics. Once you understand the game and you understand markets, you get a real edge in being able to take care of your place in the world and how things fit together.
I think Dr. Ford was attracted to economic education because it's so fundamental for people to understand the value of the dollar and the economics of Arkansas and our nation are so vitally important that a deficiency in that area can be a burden to a family.
He set a record in the United States, the longest serving chief state school officer. 25 years, a long time.
He taught me that if it's right, and you stand for it.
I would say he was my hero to hire me back in 1965 when my shade of green was not a popular color. When he hired me, the colored and white signs were still on the bathroom doors. And he had those signs painted before I reported to work that Monday morning.
There always has to be somebody that'll stand up and kick the chair back and tell it like it is. That's the way he operated.
He'd had this health scare and had been in a coma and was coming back. I was in my early 20s, and I thought, great opportunity to go get a little wisdom for life. I wish, things that I'd thought of when we thought we were going to lose him that I wish I had done, and I kind of got a second chance at that. So I went back to him and I said, what is the most important thing, to mark a man's life? What's the most important thing? And I thought I would get, a Bible story or a reference from that, and I did to some degree. That was an important part of his life. But he said, the question you're asking, I think, is answered by perseverance. Perseverance. He said, people that would have been successful often aren't because they quit. And he said, people that are successful in life, they all have that common denominator. They just persevere, whether it's going for them or against them. They just keep at it. He said, if you'll remember that, if you'll imprint that to your heart, it'll stand you well in life.
Well, clearly the Ford family has had an enormous impact, made an enormous contribution in terms of the economic growth in the state of Arkansas.
When you look at faith first, and then you look at integrity and character. When you see that and you're molded by that in your life, contrary to the political correctness today, you'll go a long way.
Hardworking, brilliant entrepreneurs that love their community, love their state, and accomplish great things, not for themselves, but for their whole community. Their whole life was a economic education experience.
The thing I remember most about him, full of love, full of intensity, you know, about the people that he loved and the things that he loved, and just a wonderful sense of humor. I don't remember being in that home without uproarious laughter being the background noise.
Well, I went by to see him one afternoon and said, Dad, I'll not be out this weekend. The University of Arkansas has given me a Distinguished Alumnus Award, and I'm going up for a banquet, and I won't be here that night and be gone and all that. And from his hospital bed, he looked at me and a little smile on his face and a twinkle in his eye, as he often could do. And he said, do you think they got your grades mixed up with mine? So he had humor all the time.
And the thing about the Ford family is all of that greatness, if you will, and all of that economic well-being has never gone to their head. They're the same today as they were 40 years ago.
The Ford family has made an enormous difference. They've been the difference maker for good for thousands and thousands of Arkansans over time, and they have influenced the progress of our state in a way that will forever be appreciated.